maintenance. That system is going to be in your organization. Be it there for a day, be it there for a month, be it there for the next 50 years, even though you thought the code you wrote would be maybe 3 to 5 years and someone's going to dump it. You're going to find out it's like the old COBOL stuff. You put it in there, it never goes away, and you wait for the next Y2K to arrive to say we need to finally change things. 50 years later, your code's still used. During that entire time, it has to be safe. It has to be secure. The security you put in the beginning was great for then. It may not fit the needs 3 years later, 5 years later, 20 years later. You programmers out there are thinking, someone's actually going to use my code that long? I look back at stuff I wrote in the 70s, and now it's 3 decades, 4 decades later. Yeah, it is that long. Some of my stuff is still out there. It's old and it's still used. Security wasn't much of a player back when I wrote it. It is now. They had to find ways to secure the garbage I wrote, and they're using it. You've got to put security back in development, and you've got to maintain that security during its life. You've got changes that need to be made because of regulatory or legal reasons, or the customer just says, we need this added to make things work. Things will get added in, but they have to be done in a secure manner. They cannot affect and bring you below the security baseline. And whether or not you can add a change becomes an issue. Is it ever acceptable to add a change that affects negatively security? And the answer to that is absolutely. Of course you can. Put in changes that affect security. But it cannot affect security so that it would bring it below the baseline. That's not acceptable. And if the benefit of the changes do not outweigh the security risks, it's probably not worth doing. So long as you are above the baseline, it may be acceptable. So long as you are above the standards, it may be preferable. That added functionality gives greater benefit, keeps you compliant, and it's worth doing.